Welcome to the third tutorial on if statements and conditions, and we had that last time right here. We kind of went into it, not too much, but this time we're actually gonna dig kind of deep into, not too deep, but just teaching you how to do if and else and getting you familiar with this. Oh, by the way, C# and all these programming languages, all you really have to do is practice. Get all these strings and names and these methods, how they're set up, get them drilled into your head. Okay, it's not an easy thing to remember, but if you start to get the gist of it, if you start to get the formatting, the basic formatting of it, you'll get a really good hang of it, like I am. I coded a lot, but none of them really worked. I mean, they worked, okay? They did work, but they're finished probably like 1/5 of the way or 1/2 of the way, and sometimes I just can't figure it out, and I kind of just give up on that one and then work on a new one, and that's no shame because all you do is practicing. And if you become really familiar with it, then you can go back to that project and finish it. Finish it! Okay? That's perfect. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is delete all that we had. Backspace. Okay, and just to remind you how to do a comment, we can always do that. You can write any comments. New practice for comments syntax. Well, syntax is just how you write things and how it should be. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we said in the last time that if statements can use to evaluate true and false, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to use an age evaluator. So what we're going to do here is, the first thing we're going to do is if, oh wait, no, just kidding. Right here, come back here, get after the exclamation mark, press enter, and we're going to define. Okay, so if you remember from last tutorial, var is too generic, so I'm going to use integer age equals. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm 18, so unless I shrink it, oh, I'm so young and reckless. 18, perfect. Now age is just, the green line is just, it's assigned, but its value is never used. Okay, so we're going to use that age or value. Okay, if age equals, if age equals, go ahead and do 18 because it's much easier to understand. Okay, so if age equals 18, which is what it's doing here, it's going to do console.writeLine, two quotation marks, you are an adult, semicolon. Okay, perfecto. Same thing, start it, just see you're an adult. Oh, remember what we forgot to do, console.readKey, and it's always a good exercise to remember to do this thing and that thing, and you'll come to understand a lot of things. Okay, you'll come to remember a lot of things, and you'll know where to debug, where your mistake might fall, and you can pretty much go through in the code and try to figure out what the problem is. Okay, so just like that, I read key. That's all we really needed to add. You're an adult. Perfect. Okay, and the good thing about this is that you don't, like, it's an age. You can change this variable, and it could be 14, and if it doesn't work, oh well, it's not gonna write a line. So, well, I was talking about how good a variable could be, and you can change it wherever you want. Okay, and if you type in the same name here, variable, it should evaluate this value, basically this value to this value, because this value, if it all goes back to math, if this equals this, well, then this equals that. Okay, so that should be pretty easy to understand. So we're going to add more conditions. What if you had a negative age? You don't want that, right? So we're going to keep going down. I'm going to do an else statement. I'm going to press enter right here. Else, have something Okay, and I can do console dot write line. You are not an adult. Okay, semicolon. Perfect. I can do negative age. Oh, I am negative 50. Perfect. I went back to the future. Or not the future. Okay. You are not an adult. Perfect. Okay. Alright. So, it just gives me a second option if the age is not equal to 18. Now this right here, it just, because we already have an assigner here, if we do that, it's gonna give us an error, because you're basically saying, if it's not even a condition, it's not comparing age to 18, it's setting age to 18. With equals sign, you're comparing age to 18. You're not assigning age to 18. Okay, get the difference? Yeah. So now we're gonna do, actually we're gonna do 2. Okay, if so another thing that we can do is do if, and we need another condition for this. So if age is less than 18, now we need to constrain it, right? Because we don't want negative age to be put in there. And this is going to be kind of complicated. And if age equals less than 18 and you need 2 ampersands, because 1 ampersand, apparently that doesn't work. Okay, you need 2 ands, and age is greater than 0. Okay, so these are two conditions. If they're both true, then it'll evaluate to you're a kid. Okay, and this is, if one of them is false, then it's not going to go through this thing, because all these have to be true. Okay, if this is false, it's going to go on to this one. But if this one is false, or any of these is false, any of these are false, there's nothing else to go to other than console.readKey. Okay, so we need more for this. So I'm going to copy this and then press enter and then paste it. Now this one I'm going to, if age is less than 0, who are you? Oh, no, actually let's do, are you from the past? Okay. I'm actually going to do greater than or equal to, because we need to include 0 in there somewhere. So if you're age 0, you're still a kid. Okay. Else if, and we're going to do another one. This one is for the elderly. Okay. 60 and age, oh, what the heck is that? So gauge, Phineas gauge, have you ever heard of that? Less than 120. I've read somewhere that somebody is 120 years old. That's crazy. So I'm just going to restrain that to that, or actually greater than or equal to. Live long the emperor. I don't know. 1. The emperor 1. Okay. And then the last thing is else, and we can do this. We don't need the if, because all of the ranges have been defined. We've addressed the negative. We've addressed between 0 and 18. We've addressed 18. Actually, this is or, so you need an or statement. Or actually, no, you don't need an or statement. What am I thinking? But this is an or, and in contrast to and, if these both have to be true to execute this, one of them can be true and this will execute. But if both of them are false, then it'll jump to the next one. Okay. Let me just show you what that looks like. Greater than 18. Okay. So to be honest, we could just change these 2 equal signs to be this one, but just to show you how or works, that's 2 lines. It should be above the enter, key, and just hold on to shift and then click on the key. It should have a backslash and like a line, a horizontal line through it. Okay, and just try to look for it. So, okay, we want to change this. So we've addressed everything other than those whose age are above 120. Okay, so I'm gonna say, お前はもう死んでいる。死んでいる。信じる。死んでいる。お前はもう死んでいる。Nanny? Bing. Okay, let's just get back to this. So that says, if you don't know the meme, that says you are already dead. And I'm learning Japanese, so I know that. Save that. Might be adding in an exclamation mark. So right now the age is 2, and let's start out with the negative one again. Negative 50. Start it again. Are you from the past? Okay. Okay. Read key. Okay. Perfect. Age equals 2. You are a kid. A reckless kid. Okay. 18. Oh, we already did that, so let's do 19. You are an adult. Perfect. Okay. Now let's go over what we say. 60. Oh, equals. Greater or equal to. So that's the syntax for. Oh, sideways, it kind of looks like a sad face. Oh, hey, that looks like a happy face. Okay, so let's start that by changing this to 60. And we should see that. Whoa. Okay, you're an adult. So something is wrong here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete this because we don't need this thing. Okay, I'm going to delete this and set this to greater than or equal to. And okay, this has two parts. Age is less than 60. Okay, so that's between that range. And remember, these programming codes go from top to bottom. So if this one, so we said, what did we say? I'm gonna copy this and then go back in time. So what we said. So right here we said if age is greater than 18, but we never specified if it needs to be under 60 or not. So even if I put 60, it's still above 18, right? And so this one will work as long as it can. This one will go first as long as the conditions satisfy. Okay, I'm gonna get this back. I'm gonna save this, start it. It should be long live the emperor. What was I thinking? Long live, long live the emperor. Perfect. Okay. Now let's actually do smaller than 1. No, smaller than 121 because that's going to include 120. Okay, so I'm still going to do 120. And let's see if that works. Long live the emperor. Okay. Now if I did 121, because we're not setting it equal to 121, it should evaluate to the last one, which is お前はもう死んでいる. Okay? Starts お前はもう死んでいる. Nani? Bing! Okay? So, that's it. You can do this with the string if your name was Alex or not. You're an adult. I don't know how that works, but I don't know. In your little imaginative mind, this can work. Okay? This can work. Trust me. So, that's it. That is it for this third tutorial on if and the conditionals. Since there's another one that isn't as complicated as this, that you don't have to do like else if over and over again. It has it's a switch in the case, so it basically works like if else if else if else if. Oh, by the way, you can do if and then if and then if and then if. It doesn't really matter. But else if, yeah, you might need the last one. Okay. So let's see actually how that works. If that works at all, it should work. Yeah. お前はもう死んでいる. Sometimes else if is just another alternative. And I don't really know. I can't come up with a situation right off of the top of my head. But it should come into use sometimes. Okay. Here is the conditional decision making, basically, tutorial. And we didn't cover the switch case, but I'm going to do that next time. So be prepared. Go to the meetings, please. Ask any questions that you have in the in the comments section, and I'll try to answer them. This, I don't know. Just give me a feedback. If this is easy, tell me. If this is hard, please give me some feedback so I can improve on later tutorials and give you guys teach you guys for more understanding. Okay, so thank you for watching again, and please keep up the good work and practice.